Today we're going to do the Chatelier Principle Lab. In order to be ready to participate in this, you need to first of all run a copy of the lab, front and back, but then you'll also notice that there's a pre-lab to do. In order to carry this out, if you haven't done this yet, you need to stop this video, go back and watch the introductory screencast where we talk about how to make these predictions based upon Le Chatelier's principle, and then you will transfer these predictions to the data chart on the back of the lab, recording your predicted colors here. Then we'll make these observations while we're actually carrying out these equilibrium shifts, and then we'll determine whether or not our predictions were confirmed based upon our experiences. So if you haven't yet done that work, stop this video, go back and watch the introductory video, and then pick up here when you're ready to go. Assuming that you are ready to go, we're going to go ahead and start the lab. In order to do that, step one, we're going to get 1 milliliter of this clear pink cobalt ion solution. To do that, we'll draw up the cobalt solution to the top graduation on this dropper, which is 1 milliliter. And then we'll transfer that 1 milliliter of pink solution to our test tube. And then step 3, we will place that test tube in our Erlenmeyer flask. Don't forget step 2 to go and record the color. Now at this point, we're going to start adding step 4, hydrochloric acid drop by drop to the cobalt ion solution until we get a color change. Closer and closer and closer, continuing to add, continuing. All right, we're almost there. All right, so now we've got our color change where the color, can you see that color there?
You can kind of see that it's turned to a more purplish.
A purple color? Okay, now we're going to add 5 more drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And at that point, we'll have our appreciable color change. Does that come through okay?
Let me focus it in. Okay, you can see that that is that darker, kind of purplish blue there.
Blue color.
Yeah.
All right. So that takes us through the end of step 4, where we achieve that blue color. And now we're ready for step 5. What we're going to do now is we're going to add distilled water, also drop by drop, until we get a similar color change, like so.
Like so. And you can see that change very clearly.
Oh, good.
Yep.
All right. So that takes us through the end of step 5. Again, record that color change. Now in step 6, we're going to add more hydrochloric acid back to this, but we're going to simply do that until we achieve a purple color, which is understood to be halfway between blue and pink, meaning that we have approximately equal concentrations of reactant and product ion. Does that read purple to you?
Yeah, that's the purple color.
All right, there's our purple color. So we just finished step 6. We're now ready to get into step 7 and beyond, where we start to look at temperature changes. So in step 7, we are going to put this test tube in an ice bath. Swirl that around a little, get into that ice. And there we see that color change as we decreased temperature. Okay. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, so now we need to let that warm up. I'll put it in the palm of my hand to warm it up a little quicker. Can I cheat and put it under warm water?
I'm good with that. Just warming it up. We got this.
It'll save us a little time in the video. warm. Yeah, we're back to purple. All right, so now we've returned back to our purple color. All right, so now we're back to our purple color. That would be step 8. Now in step 9, we're going to take the solution, and actually in step 10, we've already got our hot water. Step 10, we filled a beaker with hot water. Now we're going to submerge the test tube in that hot water. Oh yeah.
It's going.
It's going. I love it when chemistry works. Oh yeah, that's great. All right, so that's warmed up.
Good. So on the camera, that may look a little purplish, but that is that blue color.
Yep, that's our blue. Okay, so now I'm going to cheat again, and I'm going to move it back to purple by cooling it down in some cold water. All right, so now we're back to our purple color. Does that look purple in the camera? Maybe I went a little too far.
That looks a little pinkish.
Yeah, maybe I went a little too far.
That looks purple.
There we go. All right, so now we're back to purple. And now for our last step, we then in step 10, once it's cooled, it's now back to purple. We're now going to add 10 drops of silver nitrate to this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. All right. So I think you can probably clearly see the precipitate that is formed there. It's no longer clear, it's now opaque. There's a white precipitate in there, but looking at the solution, you can definitely see that that has changed colors, and you will record that in step 12 as your final color observation. Now what you'll do is in the data table, you'll compare your observed colors with your predicted colors, indicating whether or not we confirmed our predictions. Answer these last 3 conclusion questions in complete sentences, and turn the lab in next time.